Welcome to another trip down the Bourbon Road with your hosts, Jim and Mike. So grab a glass of your favorite bourbon and kick back.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Shannon.
And I'm Mike Hyatt.
And this is the Bourbon Road. And today, Mike, it's another Craft Distillery Monday. Kind of going down a different road today. We haven't been down this road in a while, but I'm always glad to revisit it. It's a happy trail.
Yeah, especially for you. You're Irish. You got that Irish ancestry, right? Heritage, which is kind of cool. But this is kind of an Irish whiskey with an American take or an American name for it, right?
It is. So the whiskey is, well, in order to be an Irish whiskey, it needs to be produced in Ireland. We're going to tell everybody the story. Well, you're going to tell everybody the story and how it has its American roots.
Yeah, so what we're going to be drinking today and reviewing is the Fighting 69th Regiment. It's an Irish whiskey, but Fighting 69th, it's a National Guard unit now, but it was a very historical infantry regiment founded in 1849 in like downtown New York. And they fought in lots and lots and lots of major battles, in the Civil War especially. But they have 7 Medal of Honor winners in their regiment, and all 7 of those were survivors. So that's a super rare thing for one regiment to have 7 Medal of Honor winners, and then have all of them survive is super just weird. But they are still kicking today. That regiment is. They were an all-Irish regiment, obviously, back in 1849. That's changed a little bit now, but they fought up into the modern day into Iraq, which is hats off to them for keeping it going and serving our nation and stuff.
So they were in the Civil War. They were in World War I, World War II, the Iraq War, Afghanistan War, and a whole bunch of other stuff, right?
Yeah, they pretty much did it all. I mean, the battles they were in the Civil War is just super impressive. They were at Bull Run, Antietam, Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, and Appomattox. And then they were in France in 1818. They were in Okinawa. They were at Desert Storm, Iraq Freedom, and Afghanistan. Super, just to me. Hats off to this. I've seen them in a couple of different movies where they're being honored or portrayed, and I like it. I like it a lot. A big thing from this, Jim, is $1 from each bottle goes to the 69th Regiment Historical Trust, which is a nonprofit. So that's always nice to see too, when whiskey is helping out history and save that stuff. If we don't save it, it just kind of gets lost, right?
It does. It does. So it's always nice to preserve history. It's always nice when, some money is set aside to help things like that, help preserve history. And when you can make a purchase and, part of that purchase will go to preserve the memory of something important, I think it's always easier to make that purchase, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like any traditional Irish whiskey, this is 100% malted barley. We know that's what you got to do to make an Irish whiskey, right? But then they age it for a minimum of 3 years in a used, what we're going to fix to say, a bourbon barrel, right? Age 3 years, that's a good age for an Irish whiskey, I would think.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a chance here to try it out, hopefully pretty soon, because we've been talking a bit, and see what we think about it.
And what's the proof on this, Jim?
Yeah, this is 40% alcohol by volume, or 80 proof, pretty much a standard proof for an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, we've had some cask strength Irish whiskeys. They're real tasty, but heck, let's get to this thing, Jim.
All right, let's check it out. Wow, it's got a light fruit nose. I always get pear or peach or white grapes.
I get a little bit of it. You ever smelt banana oil?
Well, I don't know banana oil, but I can imagine.
Or banana taffy, maybe, on this. I don't know if I get that on all Irish whiskeys or not. Not a lot of oakenness, a little bit of sweetness, like you were saying. That fruit, maybe some grape, that sweetness. Yeah, lots and lots of floral, though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised, though. It does have a little bit of that white grape. I like that Welch's white grape juice. Just a little bit of that. Lori knows it here. I do get that banana.
Was that just because I said it?
I probably wouldn't have picked it up if you hadn't.
You know, I was thinking, Jim, that this thing's aged in a bourbon barrel and it's got its military kind of linked in right there. You know what also linked in with bourbon barrels and military?
We got a great sponsor.
Yeah, our great friend Chris Cruz with Cruz Customs Flags. He's making beautiful art out of bourbon barrels, making these beautiful flags that you could display at your house, at your office, in your large corporation. He's got the one called the General. That's what you need if you have a large corporation. So your employees can see your patriotism displayed there and your love for bourbon.
Now, Chris doesn't just make flags, although they are the centerpiece of his operation there. He also makes some other nice things out of bourbon barrels. You want to definitely get on his website and check him out. But keep in mind, Chris is putting veterans to work to make these great products. He's repurposing bourbon barrels, and he's also repurposing our wonderful veterans who have served this country so well. Make sure you check out cruzcustomsflags.com. Check out his website, place an order online, help out one of our sponsors. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, heck, let's what do you say? Is it Slante?
Slancha.
How can I get that wrong? I've heard it so many times. I just got to say cheers. You know, just cheers.
Basically, it just means to your health.
Just to your health.
Yep. Wow, that goes down real easy. I mean, almost too easy.
Yeah. You can get yourself in trouble with this thing.
Yep.
A little bit of a hug going on there. Not too much. That sweetness to it. That banana's almost there with it, though. That banana taffy. That sweetness, that grape that you're talking about. You know, when you bite into a crisp grape that's nice and cold, that's what I'm getting right here.
Yeah. I kind of like it's kind of refreshing. It's you do get a little bit of that grape, like we're talking about, but you get a little bit of that grape peel, hint of bitterness off that grape skin.
I was like, I don't know if you can peel a grape, can you?
Yeah, I don't know if you can or not.
I'd be all day with my big old monkey hands.
But I still get a little bit of that pear or peach. I'm going to go with pear.
Yeah, I like it. It's very light on the palate, though. Kind of just washes over the palate. Very short finish. I get short to medium, I guess. It's still there a little bit. Like I said, the first drink of it had a little bit of a hug, but not a whole lot now. It's just, like I said, and you said that you could get yourself in trouble with this. It goes way too easy, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid that you could almost you take too big a sip of it because it's so easy on the palate. Kind of washes over, doesn't have like almost zero spice to it. Kind of refreshing and cool, fruity. Yeah, I mean this would be an easy drinker. This would go real well in something light, and like in a light cocktail too, if you wanted to mix it.
Well, I'll tell you what, they did send us a cocktail card with this, Jim, and they got 4 different cocktails on here. And I'll go ahead and tell everybody about those 4 cocktails. They got the Fighting 69 Irish Wolfhound. I've never heard of that before. It's 1.5 ounces of Fighting Irish whiskey, 2 ounces of ginger beer or ginger ale, 2 ounces of lime juice or sweet and sour, and garnished with a lime wedge. They also have the Fighting 69 Irish coffee. Everybody loves one of those, right? You got 1.5 ounces of Fighting Irish whiskey, half tablespoon of sugar, filled with coffee, topped with Irish cream liqueur, garnished with whipped cream. I mean, I love those. And then you got the Fighting 69 Irish lemonade. Man, summertime all day long, probably great with this. 1.5 ounces of Fighting 69 Irish whiskey, half ounce triple sec, 2 ounces of lemonade or sweet and sour, 2 ounces of Sprite or 7-Up if you go that route, and garnish with a lime wedge. And then you got I think you would like this one, Jim, the Fighting 69 Irish Manhattan, 2 ounces of Fighting 69 Irish whiskey, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth, dash of bitters, and garnish with a cherry or orange peel.
Yeah, I kind of think that for me anyway, and yeah, I do like the idea of that Manhattan, but the one you mentioned just before that with the triple sec and the other citrus in it, and then what they say with a Sprite.
Yep. The
Yeah,
Fighting 69th Irish Lemonade.
Yep. And lemonade. Yeah, I think that one would be kind of special. This is light. It's kind of it's an easy sipper. I think it would go well with a lemonade. Be pretty good.
Yeah, I like this Irish whiskey. It's definitely something I'd like to have on the shelf and keep on the shelf. Definitely worth buying. You can buy this at Total Wine for $32.99. That's not bad for a nice Irish whiskey, and you can guarantee $1 that goes to that historical society.
And it's a great story. It's a great benefit. If you don't own a bottle of Irish whiskey on your bar, if you're a bourbon guy like me or like Mike, and you don't have a bottle of Irish whiskey on your bar, I think you should. Now, I'm not saying it has to be the Fighting 69th, but why not? Why not pick up a bottle with a little bit of history behind it? Something that, you get to pull it off the bar. You get to talk a little bit about it. You get to talk a little bit about the Fighting 69th and their accomplishments and the fact that, money from this bottle goes back to a good cause. And it's an easy drinker. If you've got a non-whiskey person sitting at your bar at home, they just never had whiskey before, this would be an easy gateway.
Yeah. I mean, to me at 80 proof, I've had wines that would be rougher than this right here. So great gateway whiskey, like you were saying, Jim. So it sounds like it's a buy for both of us. Make sure you check them out. Fighting 69th. You can find them on Instagram and all that. It's good stuff. So yeah, great whiskey to pick up. I don't think this bottle is going to last long at your house, Jim, is it?
No, it's not going to last long at all. So if you go to the fighting69thwhiskey.com, they've got a really good website that tells kind of the whole backstory, and they've got a dealer locator there where you can find their products. Got a lot of great pictures, a lot of great historical pictures on there. And I suggest you go there and check that out too.
Well, Jim, where can they find us on social media?
Well, you can find us at The Bourbon Road on all social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. You can even find us on TikTok. We're TikToking it, aren't we, Mike?
We're trying.
We're not doing any dancing, though. No dancing.
Nope.
Just whiskey.
Just a voiceover of a video.
You can also find us on our website, thebourbonroad.com. On thebourbonroad.com, we've got our episodes. You can actually connect to our website and listen to our episodes if you want. If you don't have a player of preference, you can always play them directly from the website. You can read our articles, our blog that's written there. We've got, probably 150 or 200 articles on there at least. Great stuff, great recommendations. It's a great place to search. If you're at the liquor store and you want to know what you need to buy, just jump on the Bourbon Road and do a quick search. You'll come up with something, I'm sure of it. You can also find our swag on there, our T-shirts, our hats, our Glencairns, our decanters, our hip flasks. We got it all. And those kind of things, when you purchase them, they help us get down the road.
Yeah, listeners, if you want to check us out on your app, we want to make sure that you're finding out about our shows. So what we need to do is scroll on up, hit that check sign, that plus sign, that subscribe sign. That way that app will tell you these two jokers got an episode released. Then we need you to scroll on down, hit that 5-star review. If you don't, you will hear the bugles of the regiment rolling, announcing the big bad booty daddy of bourbon is at your door with some Irish whiskey. We're going to make some Irish coffee, drink it all night, have a good time. By the end of the night, you're going to give us that 5-star review and some comments, I guarantee. But seriously, those comments, those 5-star reviews open doors for us. It gets great whiskey like the Fighting 69th Regiment in our hands. So we can do great reviews for you. Opens those doors to distilleries. We get in there and get to interview some great guests, and we have some big guests coming up, I guarantee you. So we appreciate it.
So we do 2 shows a week. Every Monday, we do a craft distillery episode like today's episode, about 15 or 20 minutes, where we'll review a single expression like we did today with the Fighting 69th Irish whiskey. On every Wednesday, we'll do a full-length episode, about an hour in length, 2 30-minute halves. We'll go a little bit deeper into a subject. We'll have a guest on. We'll drink a few different bottles. We give you those 2 shows every week. You can always reach out to Mike and I if you've got an idea for a show. If you've got a distillery in your neighborhood that's doing good work, we want to know about it. Let us know. We'll reach out to them. If you've got a guest you think could make a good guest on the Bourbon Road, let us know who they are. We'll reach out to them as well. Mike and I are very approachable. You can reach us on email. I'm Jim@thebourbonroad.com. He's Mike@thebourbonroad.com. But like we always say, probably the best way is to hit up our DMs on Instagram. I'm JShannon63.
I'm Big Bourbon Chief.
And we'll see you down
the Bourbon Road.